want your business to go to another level, you must try to learn and hear something new. So make a change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Toni Harris Taylor. Drastic Results, oh yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Are you a franchisor grappling with how to stimulate your franchisees' growth and revenue? Are the phrases, "I'm not comfortable networking," "I'm an introvert"? Enter Toni Harris Taylor, your answer to these challenges. With her expert guidance and program, you can empower your franchisees to conquer networking and community outreach. Toni's program is designed to equip your franchisees with the skills and confidence to show up to the right events with the right people. It goes beyond making connections. It's about nurturing and leveraging these relationships. It's about following up, collaborating, and generating leads and referrals to maximize conversions. And ultimately, increased revenue for your franchisees and for you, the franchisor. Are you ready to unlock this potential? Reach out to us at 832-479-2088. Let's embark on this journey of growth and success together.
Hi, it's Toni Harris Taylor with another fabulous author of The Road to Entrepreneurship Starts with Why. We are going to talk to Mr. Azaniah Israel about his journey as an entrepreneur. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Toni Harris Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching. I'm also a franchisee with Network in Action, where we bring business owners together to build connections, collaborations, community, and get some coaching so they can make more cash. Mr. Azaniah Israel is one of my Network in Action members, and he's been a part of my network for a couple of years now. So I'm happy he said yes to sharing his story. Welcome, Azaniah.
Hello. Thank you for that warm welcome.
So, Azaniah, let's jump right into it. In your own words, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Azaniah Israel, and I like to consider myself a man of many talents, passions, responsibilities. I'm a husband, a father, a servant of the Lord, entrepreneur, and community leader. I'm the CEO and founder of Sirach Ministries and Sirach Consulting. Sirach Consulting is an IT consulting firm that focuses on technical solutions and bringing wise counsel to businesses that need a little bit of help and understanding on certain things that they're not well versed at, but they want to get that better edge at and function like a Fortune 500. I'm the owner of a digital marketing franchise called WSI, where we focus on strategic implementation of digital marketing strategies. Also, your IT integrations and your AI integrations. And WSI stands for We Simplify the Internet. And so when I'm not focused on these things from a business standpoint, I'm making sure that I do the best I can to provide for my family, not just monetarily, but spiritually and emotionally and supportive in all ways that I can.
I love it. And you also are a board member of the Austin chapter of the National MBA Association, correct?
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up and reminded me, because sometimes, with the many things that I'm doing, I may leave one off every once in a
That's
while. So
that's right.
I'm the
But he,
president. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I'm the president of the National Black MBA Association Austin chapter. We're a career-focused organization that works on career development in 5 key areas, which is career, entrepreneurship, leadership and education, lifestyle, and we put on events that are focused on those areas and helping people progress from high school age all the way through their senior levels of their career.
Wonderful. So, why do you love what you do, Azaniah? And I know you're a serial entrepreneur like most of us. So, why do you love what you do?
I love what I do because I find purpose in it, right? I'm not just doing it just to get a check, but I'm doing it because of the impact it has in other people's lives. I believe in making an impact is the true currency that we're supposed to have, and that's really where you find your value. It's not the dollar amount that you make per year, or how big your house is, or anything like that, but how you change others' lives. So my work in IT, digital marketing, ministry, nonprofit space, all of those are geared toward helping people get to a place that they never would have been without my service and help. And so that's why I love what I do. And I'm always finding ways that I can add to what I do in a synergistic fashion that works well together. That's going to eventually help to leave a legacy, not only for me and my family, but the people who I impact.
Great. Love that. So, but you could have got a job, you know. So,
I
what's
could
your
have took the simple way.
right? So, what's your why that drove you to become an entrepreneur versus getting a job?
Well, you can't leave a job to your children. The Bible says that a wise man leave an inheritance to his children's children. So imagine I go get this corporate role, which I've had corporate roles. I go get this corporate role, and one day I either get laid off or I retire from it, whichever happens first. And that's the end of it. And no longer can that particular thing that I did for so long in my life, that took me away from my family for so long, no longer can it benefit my family. And so my why stems from making that tangible impact in individuals, uh, which includes my family, but it also includes the people who are not a part of my family. How do I keep impacting them as I, matriculate in life? So I didn't see a direct impact that I was having on customers that I served in corporate life, in a business to business setting. So I became an entrepreneur to really control that, to control the destiny and the way that I am able to interact with those people, impact those people, offer solutions to those people, to do more for them and provide their goods and services and necessities in a way that is long lasting.
I love that you mentioned the scripture about leaving a wise man leaves a inheritance for generations. And so you're working on that for yourself, but I love that your why is to impact those business leaders so they can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are living the word in a bigger way. And I love that. All right. So, how does your why motivate you?
It's really the driving force that keeps me going, because as we already kind of discussed, it
Sure,
would have been much easier to just go get a job, to
sure.
clock out in 8 hours and go do whatever I want to do and not worry over the weekend, to be able to get a check every 2 weeks without worry that is coming, because the success of the business is doing so much more than your individual success, that the check can still come. Because a lot of times, as an entrepreneur, we can work for hours, days, months before the next check comes in. And so, despite the challenges, it's not easy, but it's something that impacts me and it impacts others, and I am fueled by that. I'm fueled by impact of others. I, continuing in scriptural thought, when your cup overflow, right? Those blessings that come into your life is not meant so that you can hoard them all to yourself. It's overflowing so that you can share the excess. And so I'm
Absolutely.
motivated by that greatly.
Awesome. So, that answer plays into the next question is how do you define success and how has that changed over time?
I define success as overall quality of life and its impact on others. It's not just about your wealth or material possessions, which is how a lot of people define success. If you have a nice car, a nice house, and a six-figure salary, they say you're successful. But I look at it as how well you show up in the lives of others. Like, how well do I show up in my wife's life, my kids' life, the community, and what are they saying about me? What are they saying about me now, and what are they saying about me when I'm no longer here? So having that balance in all those different areas, if one of those falls apart, then maybe I wasn't a complete success. Maybe I was a success in one area, but I want overall success, which is the balance of my life. And I want that to grow stronger and stronger. And I've had that mindset since I was a kid. So the way it has evolved, I've just been driven toward it more and more. When at first I didn't even know how to achieve that type of success. Now I feel like there's no other option but that type of success.
Wow. Balanced success, well-rounded success. I love that. So, how do you stay motivated and focused on your goals even when life is life and time?
Hmm. Uh,
Mm,
you know, tough times are definitely expected in entrepreneurship. I know social media has us all fooled that we think that at 22 years old you should be traveling the world, driving fancy cars, and eating fancy food and all of these different things. But the reality is, if you learn from truly successful people, you'll know that they failed more than they succeeded. They missed more shots than they made, but what counted is they made the big shots in the biggest moments. And so I look to the greats and learn from their success and their failures and realize that my pattern is not going to be much different than theirs. I'm going to have to go through some struggles to get to the things that I want. It won't be an overnight success, but it'll look good when you finally see it.
yeah. If you're not going through struggles, you're not striving.
That's right.
You're in your comfort zone. And it's time to get drastic and it's trying to do something different.
Hmm.
Because if you're not feeling a little bit of pain, then you're not growing. And so awesome. What role has networking and building relationships had in your success?
I would have to say it is probably the most important part of my success. I went to school and got good grades, graduated from high school, go to college, and eventually got good grades. And that's not enough. I mean, a lot of people went to school and got a degree. So what sets you apart? What makes you different? I was always told it's not what you know, but who you know. And then I heard an even wiser statement after that. It's not who you know, but who knows you.
Who knows you?
And so when I was going through some of my toughest moments, the thing that brought me out of those tough moments is that person that I met so long ago that I hadn't talked to in a long time, being able to rekindle a relationship with that person. And then all of a sudden, here's an opportunity that I didn't expect. So while I was out hunting for opportunities, it was hard to catch them. But when someone put an opportunity in front of me, who I had networked with, kept a good relationship with, made sure that they had a positive view on me so that when I did reach out, it was a great reunion. That is where a lot of my opportunities have come. My wife calls me a master networker. I still don't believe it. So that helps me continue to strive. But I think it's the most important part of my success.
Absolutely. And you mentioned, rekindling relationships. Most of my leads, referrals, introductions come from catch-up calls. People who I have not seen in a long time. And then all of a sudden they bring me an opportunity and here we go. So
Yeah.
you are absolutely right. All right. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs about taking risk and making bold decisions?
If you're an entrepreneur, you cannot be a person who is scared to take risk.
Right.
Entrepreneurship is all about risk. If you're not willing to take risks, then this is not the path for you. So while there is a formula to success, I would say nothing ever goes exactly as planned. You need to be adaptable. You need to be able to make the necessary adjustments that come along with your goals. And you need to find things that are the risk or worth the reward is worth the risk, right? So when you take the risk, you know that the reward is so great that it was worth doing it. If you're taking risks that are too small, don't take those. If you're taking risks that are, drastic, or one thing that pops in my head is those big, hairy, audacious goals. If you're taking risks like that, they have the tendency to pay off well. And when you do achieve them, you'll be happy you did.
Yeah. So entrepreneurship equals risk, period, full stop, point blank. And if you're not able to handle the risk, then get a job. And there's nothing wrong with coming to work for me and Azaniah.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Can you share a story of a major setback you faced in life or business and how you turned that into an opportunity?
Yeah, one major setback that always sticks out in my life is when I made the decision to take a job as a consultant, take a job, and 6 months later I got laid off after I, got the new place to live and was, spending money because now I got the money because I got the job that I had been looking for. And that was right around the time of the 2008 financial crisis, compounded with the fact that a hurricane just hit the city. So nobody was spending money for various reasons. And the particular industry that I'm in, it wasn't fitting for that city. And so I was laid off, but that's what set me on my path today. What I did with that time is I increased my skill set. I took smaller jobs that were not paying anything that I was worth, but they were within the industry that gave me practical experience that I was not getting trying to go and work at a retail or go to work at a restaurant industry. I had to find ways to keep going on within my industry. And that led me to start my own consulting firm. That helped me develop these skills that then led me to the city that I'm in today, one of the fastest growing cities in IT today. Uh, it put me on a path that led me to meet my wife. It put me on the path for my spiritual journey. Had I not gone through that struggle, I don't think I'd be the man that you see today.
Wow. Wow. Struggles don't last always, but they can help you to pivot in the direction you're meant to go. And so, excellent. What role has mentorship and coaching played in your success?
So mentorship and coaching, I think it has also played a very big role in my success. Uh, and it is part of why I even have named my agency Ciroc Consulting. Not the alcoholic beverage, not
I was
Ciroc,
going to
no Diddy,
say,
no Diddy. SIRACH, or also known
ah,
as Ecclesiasticus. This is the book of wisdom that was removed from the Bible because they didn't want you to get too wise. You had enough with Proverbs. They didn't want you to get too wise. But in there, it talks about let reason and counsel go before every enterprise that you undertake. And so that's how I named my company Ciroc Consulting. And what I'm getting at with this is I believe that everything you do should take some counsel. You do need to be able to make decisions for yourself, but you do need to be able to run it by people, be able to flesh out a thought and let someone shoot holes in it. And if they can't shoot holes in it, then maybe it's good to go. But if the moment you present something, there's a lot of things that can be said about it, that gives you the opportunity to go back to the drawing board and tighten it up a little bit. It doesn't mean, abandon your idea. It doesn't mean someone else is controlling your destiny. It means that you had the opportunity to see outside yourself. And so because of that, your mentorship that you get from other people and the coaching that you get from other people is what helps you really succeed. Jordan is great, but you always got to mention Phil Jackson.
Absolutely.
He had a coach.
Absolutely. The greatest of the great have a coach. And so why shouldn't we, right? Why shouldn't you as an entrepreneur? What's one piece of advice you would give to someone starting their entrepreneurial journey?
Be considerate of what it really takes to start a business. Again, social media will have you fooled at thinking that it's really easy. All you need is $100 to get your LLC or and a cell phone, and no, it's not quite that easy.
Right.
You can start some things, but the reason why so many businesses fail within the first year, the third year, or the 10th year, they say that 70% of all businesses have failed. They don't meet their 10-year anniversary. And the reason for that is they've underfunded their business and they underestimated the importance of marketing. Because a lot of the products and services that entrepreneurs will create will be way better than what these Fortune 500 corporations are creating. But no one
Yep.
will ever know about it.
That's right.
So you're fighting against marketing dollars. So you may not have a budget that they have, but can you be the innovator that knows how to market your product or service better? And you do have to have some funds to do that. So consider the cost before you start and make sure that you don't underfund or undermarket yourself.
Preach, brother, preach. There are so many people in my network who are fabulous at what they do and nobody knows about it. And it's because they underestimated marketing. And listen, if you have great marketing, you almost don't need to sell. Right? So you got to spend money, time, energy in the marketing. And that's the advice I would give. Don't underestimate that part and stop spending so much time becoming great at what you're doing and become great at marketing. Great at what you're doing will happen as you acquire clients through the marketing. But you and I know a lot of people spend all this time getting certified. Nothing wrong with any degreed up, and they still ain't making no money. And I said ain't, because they don't know how to put themselves out there. So, good job. All right. How do you balance work life, a wife, children, the spiritual life? And what drastic measures have you put in place to do so?
Toni, did you say balance? That does not exist. There's no such thing as balance, right? It's just always trying to pick up one side while the other one's falling, right? But what I do to try to create a similitude of balance is create synergy between everything that I do. I told you earlier, I'm a man of many talents and passions and things like that. Well, how do those talents work together? How do those passions work together? And so as an entrepreneur, I'm able to incorporate my family into what I do. If I was just an employee, I go to work and leave them behind. As an entrepreneur, I can take them with me, use them in my marketing, use them in the day-to-day operations, and that begins to help there. And the same thing when it comes to ministry, having similar target markets, being able to use your marketing and tech skills in the ministry to help push the gospel. All of that works well together. So I integrate my personal and professional life in a synergistic way that complements each other and ensure that everything is really oriented around my family and my values.
You do a great job at that.
Thank you.
What's the legacy you want to leave? And I know you're working on it. So, what's the legacy you want to leave, and how do you plan to achieve it?
I want to leave a legacy that lives beyond me,
Mhm.
that positively impacts others. I want to pass down mindset. I want to pass down values and skills. I want to pass down a network of people, right? And the idea of continuous learning. And so, with the things that I'm doing in my life, I'm trying to package all that together and make sure people saw that in me. And if I can become somebody's role model, like maybe my son and my daughter's role model, right? That they look to me and say, my father believed in these things, and that's what helped him achieve the things that he achieved. And I believe in them as well. And I want that to happen for everybody. I want people to start desiring things that are normally less popular, but when you realize how great they can make your life, because everybody can't be Michael Jordan, right? Everybody can't be in the NBA. That was my dream when I was growing up. I thought I was gonna play
Seriously?
in the NBA, maybe be on the Chicago Bulls, who knows? But I had to make that pivot, and maybe I can be known for what I do, just like someone else is known for what they do.
Excellent. So, what does it mean to be part of this book? What does it mean to you? And what message do you want to convey to the readers?
This book is very important to me because this is a way to leave a legacy. This can
Mhm.
go in the Library of Congress and be seen for as long as this library is in existence. So I want to be connected with great people. I want to increase my network, and I want to leave something behind for others to see, or to be able to, for people to stumble across if they never meet me. And so that is what motivated me to want to be a part of this book. And it didn't help much that, I was going to be working with Toni.
Awesome. So, last but not least, tell everybody how to contact you so if they want to work with you.
So the best way to reach out to me would be at my consulting's email address, a.israel@wsiworld.com, or my website, azaniahisrael.com. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. That's my favorite social media platform. LinkedIn.com/in/Azaniah.
Awesome. Well, Azaniah, I want to say thank you for trusting me and being a part of this project. I'm excited about our future together. We got a lot of work to do, and I am looking forward to helping each other to grow. This is Toni Harris Taylor saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow, and we'll see you with our next author. Bye.
Bye-bye.